Hey y'all, what is happening? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to a sense of normalcy with the good, the bad, and the awesome, where we unbox, give our first reactions, reviews of all things pop culture, mainly Star Wars, Transformers, anime, McFarlane figures, and other stuff, conventions, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. That's what we do. So, if this is your first time here and you're like, hey, I would like to see this stuff, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thank you so very much for sticking with it. So before we get into what we want to unbox, just a couple things. Every Monday I'd like to highlight a channel that I like to watch and that I see, and then sometimes that I'm like, hey, this person deserves more subscribers than they have. And today I want to highlight Razel, I think it's pronounced Razel Kane Reviews. Razel Kane Reviews, he reviews all things Transformers. He also has interviews with voice actors from some of our favorite G1 characters and in our cartoons in our childhood. And so anytime I get to watch that, it kind of just gives me a flashback to that. But I think he has some really great stuff, really great reviews. Go check out his channel, Razel Kane Reviews, and I'll put a link to that down below so that way you can take a look at that and go show your support. Just tell him Jimmy G sent you. And he may say, who is Jimmy G? Just say, hey, it's the good, the bad, the awesome. And then the second thing, don't forget, we do have our September giveaway going on, and pretty close to the 750. Right now we're sitting at 620. So we got 130 more to go, and we'll have that 750 giveaway, which will be huge, and then 1,000, which will be even bigger than that. But today we are going to the world of the McFarlane verse, and believe it or not, it's not Batman, and it's not even DC, but it is anime. So let's go take a look. Here we have it, folks. My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku, and this is one of my top 5 animes. I got introduced to it by my daughter, who then grew out of it, but then I didn't grow out of it. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was awesome. You can catch it on Crunchyroll. I believe it's on Netflix too as well, or maybe Hulu. But basic gist of it, and I'll put a description and a brief history of My Hero Academia. Started out as a manga and moved into an anime, but it is about a world where 80% of the population have superpowers, or they're called quirks. Basically just different things, different abilities that they can do. And so basically it's about this guy who is quirkless, but then ends up getting a quirk, inheriting one from a guy by the name of All Might, who, spoiler alert, he was quirkless before he got his quirk. So it's one that's passed down, and kind of his adventures and things like that. They're getting ready to almost wrap it up. I know there's a movie getting ready to come out, as well as the final season will be coming out as well. And I'm telling you what, it is a really phenomenal. If you like superheroes, if you like animation, I think you'll definitely dig My Hero Academia on this one. Now, McFarlane released these figures a long time ago, but Jimmy G just found these and said, hey, I need to get them. And so I got a bunch of these guys that I found at my local McKay's local bookstore. Found them very cheap. I believe I found this guy for like $14. And I said, I got to get it, and I got to get some of the others. But here it is. Here he is. Here's the front of that package, the side of that package, the back of that package, and the side of that package, and the bottom that says all the stuff and where it was made. Just remember that if you are, there is no age restriction on this one. Oh, yeah, there it is, 12 plus. So if you're under the age of 12, you cannot play with this. If you are 12, you're probably saying, I'm too old for toys, and then wait till you're about my age, and then you get back into them. But let's get this out of the box using our Quirk Go Plus Ultra. And here he is out of the box and onto my table. And so some things, so I forgot to tell you what his quirk is. It's called One for All. And basically he has all sorts, like about 9 different quirks into one, as well as superpower, super strength, super speed, all sorts of stuff. But when he starts learning how to use it, he ends up hurting himself, because the quirk is so strong that his body can't bear it. So he has to learn how to control it. And so that's kind of what you learn throughout this thing. He has a frenemy called Bakugo, who ends up pushing him to be better, because Bakugo used to pick on him and doesn't believe that Deku deserves that quirk, but then figures out that if All Might trusts him, then he'll help support Deku getting stronger. But I digress. You need to look it up. You need to watch it yourself. But McFarlane makes some really great anime figures, and I'm so excited to get these here. And so let's bring this in a bit closer and bring the camera up. Look at that face. Look at that excitement. Justin Briner is the voice of Deku in the American dubbed version of My Hero, but I don't remember who the Japanese voice actor is on this, but very cool. I love the detail, and one of the things I love about the McFarlane figures versus like the Bandai ones that I've been finding is it's not you know, glossy. It's nice. It's got that kind of matte finish to it, and it has that real animation accurate look. And that's one of the things. McFarlane, make more anime figures. Drop Batman. I know Batman's cool and he's awesome and stuff like that. Well, continue making your Batmans, but make more anime. And I know we got some more Demon Slayer figures coming out, but man, I would love some Jujutsu Kaisen figures. I would love some. I know you did Attack on Titan. Go ahead and bring those back out. Bring them, reissue them, because I would love to get those too as well. But let's go into some articulation. So head bobs up and down, spins around on a ball joint. You got the ab crunch here, actually the top ab crunch, and then the lower right down there. Now this bottom half doesn't really spin, but the top half does spin on that. And then the arm comes up to about there. You have the double elbow joint there, and it does have the spin on the elbow and the spin. Oh, watch out, because the arms do pop off. That ball joint does pop off real easy. So you want to make sure that you are good to go on that. And then the wrists are on a swivel as well, as they go boop, 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 like that too as well. And then we go down to the legs. You can't really do the Jean-Claude Van Damme with them, but you can kick almost 90 degrees. Almost, well, not much 90 degrees there. I think you got to kind of twist it a little bit to get it up more. Same that way too as well. And you do have just that twist where you can go around with it, but it does pop off. You can kind of see those joints right there. And then the knee, you do have the more than 90 degree bend on that. And then the ankle, it does spin. You have it on a joint too as well, and the foot has that tilt, that foot tilt thingy right there. But that's a little of the articulation on him. And if we kind of rotisserie it so you can get a closer look, you can kind of take a look at that face. That face looks great. I think it looks awesome. So this is a face only that his mother could love at first, but everyone likes Deku, especially Ochako. But the detail in his suit, this is his hero suit that he designed. Looks really, really great. I love the detail of the paintwork on here. I think it's awesome. And then the back here is, of course, the hood. What would be really cool is if I could pop this head off, put the head with the hood on it. I think that would be really cool, but that hood has some really cool details too. I think, what would be cool is to kind of weather it a little bit, so like he's been in battle, and then you get down to the feet, you can kind of see just all around really nice looking figure. I mean, from the front to the side to the back to the side to the front again. So the other thing you get in the box, that this is my first, I know I've got some Superman figures that are still in the box that have them, but you get this little, of course, the traditional McFarlane little stand to help him stand, but the flight stand part too as well. So this can kind of pop in right here, and you have a flight stand to make him kind of do different poses if you want to as well. So that is awesome. That's an added benefit. The only downside, there's no extra hands or anything like that, which would be awesome for this character. So when we look at him from the ramen scale, we got 1 mama, 2 mama, 3 mama, 4 mama, thank you baby much, 5 mama, and about 5.5, 5 to 5.5 mama ramen is his height on this figure. So let's bring in some other figures to compare him to. And here he is compared to a few other figures. So we got the 5-inch McFarlane Deku right here, Izuku Midoriya. We have a 3.75-inch Chewy. We have the Funko Pop of Midoriya using his all-for-one quote. Quirk, one for all quirk. All for one is what the bad guy has. So there's all for one, and then there's one for all. So don't get those mixed up. We've got a core class Optimus, of course, Black Series Mando, and then the 7-inch McFarlane Zenitsu Demon Slayer. See, those look great. The McFarlane anime figures look awesome. I like these, even better than some of the McFarlane regular figures. They look great. They look phenomenal. So, but there he is compared to others there. So, let's get all the rest of them out of here. So Deku, why don't you just use your quirk and kind of get them going? So here we go. One for all. 80% full cowling. There we go. So we got everybody out of there. See, that's how powerful he is. He can knock everyone out of there and make them leave. So with that, let's get back together for some of my final thoughts around Izuku Midoriya by McFarlane Toys. Well, we are back to talk through my final thoughts on McFarlane Figures My Hero Academia Izuku Midoriya figure. And let me get him kind of standing back the way he needs to be standing. There he is. Go plus ultra. First of all, look at that face. That face. I've grown accustomed to that face. So nice. I love the overall. So first of all, I love the overall sculpting of this. I think it looks really, really great. Pretty close to the anime accurate look. I wish you had the angrier face, but I know there's one out there that has an angrier face, and it's a little more expensive than I can afford. But there is one that's out there. So the interesting thing, these McFarlane My Hero figures, they're kind of getting harder to find. There are still some that are available on Amazon. Actually, there's a pre-order set with Toga and Overhaul, I think, that'll be coming out, a 2-pack, which will be really cool. I'd like to get. But you have to find a lot of these on like eBay or Mercari or at your used or local toy shop. But I like this figure. Now, some of the things that I don't like, his head was a little loose for me, but you can always tighten that up. And then the ball joints on his arms are very finicky, so it's easy for those arms to get pulled right off on that. So, but you can pop them right back on. But that's just me. That's just a little minor annoyance. I know they've made those joints better on some of the future figures, and so this may just be from a older kind of mold or something like that. Of course, we got I just kind of chuckled to myself. I was like, I wonder if this is an old Batman mask right here. But no, I know this is his mask to kind of look like All Might. But I wonder if McFarlane went, hey, that kind of looks like Batman. So let's go ahead and just let's do a My Hero figure, because then I could still slip Batman in there. But overall, it is a nice figure. I really, really dig it. I enjoy it. I think it is great. I think you all would like it too, especially if you're an anime fan, and if you're a My Hero fan. This is one that I would ask you to go out and find, and I can't wait to open up more. I've got like Bakugo, a few others. I got Stain, which is a really cool villain on this. But yeah, on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I would give this a pretty awesome. I think this is great, and I'm glad to add it to my collection of My Hero stuff, and it'll go on my My Hero wall, which is right over there. Someday I will show it to y'all when I can light it up. So I've got My Hero, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. So it's just my anime collection is building, and I hope to review more anime stuff for y'all. And I'd love to hear from y'all. What kind of figures would you like me to see review? What anime should I go, hey, find some figures for that review, or you should watch this anime because you think I would really enjoy it. I know there's 7 Deadly Sins. I thought about kind of getting into that one because McFarlane has some figures on that. But with that, thank you for listening to me. Also, if you have a recommendation of a channel that I should watch or recommend on my channel, let me know. But y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. And again, as they would say in My Hero, go plus ultra! Talk to you later.